PS Crypto, hello lads, how are you? $20,000 target has been hit as we mentioned in the previous video. When will this dump end? Will the $20,000 target be the end of this incredibly horrendous downtrend, which is unprecedented? We have never had a downtrend this bad in crypto in Bitcoin history. It's never been this bad. And, for even the veterans are getting scared. And this begs the question, since fear is pretty much at an all-time high, is this the end of the bear market? First of all, I don't really believe in all these fear indexes and as indicators for the price. I think they are absolutely ridiculous, even though the freshman me has used them in the past. You can't really I know the market runs on emotions, but you can't really measure exactly what are the emotions in the current market, what is the exact current sentiment, and try to translate it into dollar amounts. That sounds pretty retarded. But that said, usually when on a personal level, when I'm most scared, I sell, and after that, usually it's an indicator of a bottom. $20,000. Let's look at it from a technical perspective. Is not a very strong support. $20,000 is a point where it is strong psychologically. When we were making up a run to 20,000 for the first time in 2017, early 2018. We dumped immediately after we reached it, and we never went back until 2-3 years later. And when we did go back to it in 2021, was it 2021? Let's see here. It was about 2020, the end of 2020, when we did go back to it, right about here. As you can see, there was literally no resistance whatsoever. So what does this mean? Since there's no resistance on the way up, there isn't much support on the way down. Well, like I mentioned, it is strong in terms of psychological support. We've been staring at this $20,000 level throughout the bear market here. We were looking at it and wondering when we're going to reach it. We reached it here, and we clawed our way back into $20,000 territory, and we climbed above it, and we haven't looked back until now. Does this mean this $20,000 level is a good support? On the technical level, it's not good support. On the psychological level, it is, and that makes absolutely no sense, I know. But this is the moment of faith. This is not a moment where technical analysis has much to do with anything. Obviously, there's many indicators that are technical, many theories that are technical that'll tell you that we'll go down or up from here. But I think faith here takes the driver's seat, and given this massive liquidation, I when I gave the $38,000 target, if you remember a couple of weeks ago, that was my reasoning. I said we can't possibly keep going down 7-8 weeks in a row, which has never happened. We need some kind of breakup, and we broke up a little to 32,000 from 30. Then I said never mind, I'm canceling the $38,000 sell, and indeed we did go back down, and here we are dumping yet again, dump after dump. So $20,000, in my humble opinion, I think we'll see some kind of bounce up from here, and ultimately I can't give you a bottom, because there are indicators that say we could go lower than $20,000. If this is just like every other bear market, which are 80 to 85% swings usually. All the other bear markets are about 80 to 85% swings, and about 900 days long. Then this is not over. Then this bear market is not over. Then this means that we could potentially go all the way down to about somewhere between 12. Let's say on average, let's say about $12,000. if it's gonna repeat the trend, about $12,000. But in the short term, we have to have some kind of balance. I mean, for crying out loud, this is absolutely murderous here. So the bloodbath has to end some way, somehow. So I'm calling for some kind of balance. Yet again, if I don't see, uh, if I see weakness, if we do bounce and I see weakness, I reserve the right to change my opinion as long as it's in time. But every time I said there is a bounce, we do get a bounce. When we were at 28,000, I called for $38,000, and when we reached about $31,000, I canceled the $38,000 long, and I told you that we should go down from there, and we did. So if you're keeping up with me, you're not really getting wrecked. I may not be accurate exactly on my targets, but when I say it goes up, it goes up. And I may not get the right target. So I'm saying it's going to go up from here. And I hope it goes all the way up to about somewhere between, $25,000 and $28,000. And if we go even further down from here without any regard for human life, then goodness me, we probably extended this bear market another year, probably see you in the end of 2023, that sort of thing. Yeah, it's that serious. And you're saying, okay, well, we've had bear markets before, and we talked about, after a bear market, when the bear market starts, you go to 80% swings and whatever, and it takes a certain amount of time. But the thing here is, in the last bear market, they convinced us that this was the bubble, and the bubble bursts. And after the bubble bursts, you get more, or you get less volatility, you get more stability. You're not supposed to have one bubble after another, after another, after another. So even the big dogs, even the veterans, even like me, are now thinking, well, we've already had the bubble burst. The dot-com bubble burst, and then we never looked back. 20 years ago it burst, and we never looked back. We've been steady at it. Well, we already had the bubble burst in 2017. Why are we back here again? And are we gonna keep going back here? So this is kind of changing the sentiment around, the crypto in general. Is it just a quick money scheme? We talked about, we compared Bitcoin to gold. We compared it to stocks in the early days. Well, sure. Stocks in the early days crashed massively. Gold even crashed, but they never looked back after those massive crashes. They pretty much stabilized. But crypto, are kind of falling in terms of comparison to those other assets. Are kind of coming short now, and we're kind of running out of excuses. That's probably going to be the title of this video. We're running out of excuses to tell the regular folks who haven't come into crypto why they should come into crypto, right? In 2017, we told them, hey, this is a bubble. It's a new technology, but get in now before it's too late. And they came in and they saw one dump after another, one bubble burst after another. So we're kind of running out of excuses now on the situation with Bitcoin and crypto. Does this mean I have doubts about the long term? No, I don't have doubts about long term for crypto, but I think for a very long time from today, I think crypto will be looked on as a different type of investment vehicle than all other assets. I think it's always going to be volatile, and I think it's by design, just like gambling. Gambling is always volatile. You go, you put in your money, you expect to lose everything, you gain everything. It's always been like that. It always will be like that. So I think it has a lot of gambling attitudes in it. So I think it's always going to be volatile like this. I don't see, honestly, anytime soon at least, any sort of stock type or gold type stability in crypto, probably for the next decade. And that's that for you. So this is a long video, probably one of the longest videos I've done on Bitcoin, but I know there's a lot of people panicking out there, maybe wondering what's going on and what's the prospects for Bitcoin in the future. That's all I have to say for you regarding that. And I gave my price prediction take it with a grain of salt. This is the place where you don't really do much analysis because it broke all kinds of trends. But yeah, you have to expect a bounce from here. You have to expect a bounce, and I think wake up in a couple of days, you might see 30 and 40 and 50% gains on a lot of these crypto. And by the way, the altcoins have absolutely been destroyed. Something like Matic is down to about 35 cents. That's unbelievable, especially after they announced a partnership with Facebook. They haven't stopped dumping, and one partnership after another with major brands. They haven't stopped dumping. They've dumped probably 60% even after those major partnerships. So that's a little weird right there. So anyways, sorry for the long video. I know probably for a fact maybe two people listen this far, my wife and some stranger who has nothing better to do. But if by any chance you did listen this far, just put a like or something in the comment section so I could know I'm not talking to myself, which is fine. I enjoy talking to myself, really. There's nothing wrong with it. All right, one of these days I'm gonna do a giveaway, and I'm gonna give some sort of information at the end of the video and see if anybody watches it. If anybody does, that's gonna be the person who gets the giveaway. Anyways, that's all I have for you. Bye. I gotta go, man.